So I'm down on the beach. It's looking a bit stormy, and it's quite rough as you can see. I mean, it's not it can get a lot rougher than this, but in the winter. But we're into April now, so this is sort of fairly rough for April. Just pan around. Just down by the airport. And look at those clouds. That looks a bit threatening. I've got my on my bike down here. I'm hoping it keeps off for an hour or so. The forecast is for rain. So this weekend we've got the Bitcoin halving. So this should be interesting. I was crunching some of the data from the previous halvings, and basically after 6 months or a year, especially after a year, the price of Bitcoin was significantly higher than it was the day of the halving. I think the best one was the second halving, but I may try and post the image of the spreadsheet on the. I'm not sure I can do that on the YouTube comments, but I'll try it anyway. And so the halving is due to be. It's either the 19th or 20th, and today is the 18th. It's Thursday, 18th of April, and yeah. So it could be a sell the news event. But then maybe we regain in the coming months. I've generally been selling some above 71,000 recently, and then trying to buy it back in the 60s, in the 60,000s. So that's how I'm sort of just trying to accumulate more. I've accumulated some down in the 40s and 20s even last year, and it's a shame I didn't buy in the very early days. I remember going for a walk over there, right in the middle of the shot, Cap Ferrat, with my friend Jean-Marc, at the time when Bitcoin had dropped from 1,000 to about 250, and I was telling him about it, because I'd only recently become aware of Bitcoin. I think this was 2013, and well, hindsight is an easy. It's very easy to be wise with hindsight. There's a little plane coming in. Yeah. Well, it's not so little, no. But yeah, if I could have bought for under $300, then that would have been the trade of the century if it held it. I sometimes wonder though, if I had bought at $300, I'd have probably sold at $500, and it's currently trading at just over 60,000. So you know, it's hard to hold for that long when you. And I think from that $250 odd, it went to 19,000, and then fell back to. I can't remember what it was it 11,000 or 10,000? So it's been a heck of a ride, but I think now that the ETF money is in, I mean, I read today that the number of Bitcoins purchased by the ETFs in total is 530,000, which is about $31 billion, which is quite a bit of money. And now that the ETFs are available, well, they've been available since January, anybody and everybody can, if they want, invest. You don't need a cryptocurrency exchange account like Coinbase or Binance. You just buy the ETF, and you know, that makes it a lot simpler. And of course, pension funds and hedge funds and all the rest can also do that. Doesn't mean that it's just going to go up and up and up. No doubt we will have some savage corrections the way we already have over the last few years, but I think the trend is still up. I don't think we've seen the all-time highs in Bitcoin. It seems to be getting rougher, doesn't it? Yeah, it does seem to be getting rougher. Yeah, of course the sea is, in some ways, the markets are like the sea. You know, you have to respect it, and you can go out there and you can be on the sea and in your boat, whatever. But you know, the sea is just going to do what it does, and it doesn't care about you in the same way the market doesn't care about you. Nobody cares where you got in, except you. There's another small plane. So we'll have to see about the what happens to Bitcoin after the halving. As I say, it's either tomorrow or Saturday, and then the difficulty of mining. Every 10 minutes, the number of Bitcoin then mined will drop by half. I think I can't remember the exact number, but anyway, the number of Bitcoin released onto the market will drop by half. And so that's it'll be interesting to watch it in the coming months. Okay, I've probably spoken enough here. So that's my little thought for this evening. I do hope it doesn't start raining.